Good morning. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Will Muster. Good morning, Tessa Murphy. Tessa Murphy up early this morning. OSU, what's up? How are we doing this morning? My fine pen friends, George, modview.com. You get that now that you're working from home and can have the laptop up. Good morning, Evan Loveless. Jerk face. You just missed this beautiful face for about 30 seconds. So, you're a loss. What I've missed is the Chinese Professional Baseball League, which is Taiwan's professional league. I've been watching that on the side screen over here as I was getting ready. I'll watch any baseball at this point. So I was thoroughly enjoying that. I have very question. Good morning, Jackie, Piston Filler, Technological, OSU. No joke, I've listened to the last 10 months of the podcast at least 10 times. So funny. Last 10 minutes of the last podcast. Yeah, it was, we had a good show yesterday. I was happy with that one when it ended. It's funny when things like that happen. Number one, the Japanese and other Asian inks that I bought have set off a conversation in my Twitter feed this morning, which has been wonderful. Got some translations in. For those of y'all who didn't see the translation, so we had, where is it? All right, so I'll read this to y'all. Good morning, Travis. TX Chef was my guest last night on Friend of the Show, and I have Schmevelin. If she shows up here this morning, I'm talking to her in about 3 hours from now, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know who I'm publishing today, though. That's what I'm not sure of. So I'll be publishing one to the feed later today, and I forget. Like, I'm so far ahead, I forget which ones I have to publish. I just remember who I've talked to the most recently. But yeah, so the Linen Toolbar, Jasper on Twitter said, a better translation would probably be Linen Tool House or Linen's House of Tools. Mike's response was, this makes more sense. And my response to that was, does it really make more sense? Does Linen Tool House or Linen's House of Tools really make more sense, Mike? So, yeah. So we've had some good conversation. Had a couple people chiming in on our translations. Then, like OSU saying about the pen cleaning, that literally came up before the show when Mike made an offhanded comment to me. And he said, all of my pens have run out of ink, essentially. And I said, do you mean, like, I know his display is like, this wide in front of his monitor like this, and they're all vertical. So like the 35 pins or so will be in this wooden block. And I said, you mean like all of your pens? Like, what are you going to do? And he's like, I don't know, man. I was like, okay, stop. I was like, I'm going to write this into the show right now. We're going to slot this in. And because now I have questions. And then that's what happened. Then I got another tweet overnight from, where did it go? This one, I'll show you that. Oh, this is OSU's. Oh, this is, I was reading your real name. This is OSU's tweet. So let me share that in here. And I see why you're finding this so funny. See, I'm a little slow. I didn't put all that together. Let's, where is, copy link to this tweet. Let's see if this works. So this is what we get now. This is OSU heard us on the podcast and threw himself under the bus. Good morning, Oscar. TX Chef with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. So yeah, we OSU sent that. And there's probably like two technological. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate you. That's awesome. So that's only part of the problem, OSU. So that's fantastic. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm glad that you have decided to clean them. You know what? I'm not like the pen cleaning, master myself, right? Like, you don't have to like be crazy diligent, but there is some amount of diligence that's required. And like, when you're having things that you haven't used in 6 months and they still have ink in them, they should be clean, because it's just not gonna be good for the pen. So, oh my gosh, y'all trip me out. So now I'm thinking, how many pens do I have inked up and unused? Because I'm trying to stick with the Curidas here because I'm gonna. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just fidgeting. It's just a washi tape. I always have to have something in my hands when I'm talking, so I usually use the member chip. Today I've just been. I'm sorry. I've just been putting this on my fingers when I'm talking. It's just like when I podcast at home, I do this as well. Like, even though I'm not on video talking to y'all, I podcast, I talk with my hands. And I'll usually have a pen in my hand as well. I catch myself doing that all the time. Curidas is okay. It's not great, you know. It's good. Like, it's almost one of those things you feel guilty talking bad about. Because you want it to be like super positive and very successful. And there's a lot of good to it. But like I mentioned yesterday, I gave my initial thoughts on the podcast yesterday. And it's like one of those pens that it's the pen of 1,000 caveats, right? Like, it's just going to have, you know, I can recommend this pen to you if this fits your style, this fits your hand, this doesn't bother you, you know, this doesn't annoy you, and all of these things, right? Like, it's not just like a flat out terrible pen, let's dismiss it. It's nowhere near that. It's actually really good. Yeah, it's the same with the Vanishing Point. The Vanishing Point really has one caveat, though. This one has several. NX Stacy, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. You're awesome. We got ourselves a little hype train going. A little alert box guy didn't go. I was gonna send you. I thought of you the other day, Stacy. I was gonna send you a picture. I think it was some terrible album cover, and I was like, "Oh, I bet Stacy would like that." And then my thought was, "Oh, well, she probably owns that." So, and then I forgot to send it, so I don't even remember what it is now. So yeah, technological. Sorry. Could this get worked out in V2 of the pen? Maybe. Like I said, literally my biggest... Tony, thanks for the bits. Always got to be top of that leaderboard. Hype train. My biggest issue... I can get past all of the caveats except the diameter of the barrel for me personally. Some people aren't going to like the length. It's a little long. I'm okay with it. Some people aren't going to like the clip. My grip can handle that pretty well. Some people aren't going to like the bump in the back. Let's see where we're at here. Can you see that? See the bump in the back. Some people aren't going to like that. That's going to get in their fingers. I can stay above it pretty well. What's going to affect me the most is the diameter and prolonged writing comfort with the pen. That's going to be my main issue. Good morning, even supposing. So, it does help us appreciate the Vanishing Point more. Yeah, I don't have big hands either, Tony. So, it's funny that, like, the wide diameter pens affect me. Like, I'll feel, like, tension up in here in my hand when I'm writing. Hey, good morning, Mike. I did. So Chicago show is now in mid-September. Like, what is it? 11th through 13th, something like that. Thank you for reminding me, Miss G's Crafties. Good afternoon, Kimmy. Good to see you. So yeah, like, I just think this area of my hand, when I have a wider pen grip, you know, as opposed to something, you know, you like take this out and, you know, you can't, like, I don't know, you can't really see the difference, but like, I like the narrower grips. They're not as stressful on my hands. Good afternoon, something on paper. So yeah, I mean, this isn't fair to compare these two, but I mean, that difference is stark, right? And fountain pens aren't as narrow as like these fine liners, traditional fountain pens. I do, George. I have a Herbert Pen Company make an acrylic barrel, and you put the pilot nib unit in. It has the same problem as this. It's a little bit wide, so I don't use it, but it's pretty cool. Like, it's the same thing, though. It's a width issue. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's wider than I like. Loveless, yeah, it could be that, like, the small hands I think are going to just have more annoyances with the mechanism and just the size. So He likes the bump at the bottom. I don't know how you can like approve of that. Like you can not dislike it, right? Or it can not affect you, but to enjoy that, I think me and Julian need to have a talk to say, "Hey, I enjoy the bump on the back that stabs my finger when I'm not looking." Yep, George, it's a really good pen. I probably need to review that one day just because it's such a unique pen. You could see how it get them to grip the pen the same way every time. Yeah, but the problem is it's a gravity problem, right? It's below your fingers, so you're always going into that area, right? So I understand if like we have grip sections that flare out, right? And it's a more softer transition, and that the gravity is more comfortable in that situation. Like this, I hit the bump and then I have to adjust. And I hit the bump, then I have to adjust. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I thought it would be like a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker for me. But to say I enjoy it would be an overstatement. Good morning, Moto Lisa. Good to see you. Thunder Viking, what's up? Was it just a prototype, George? That was not a prototype, but it took like a year to make. I wonder if he's still offering that shape. It probably wasn't that popular. Like, who is gonna be like an obsessive to do? It's like a cool thing to make. Yeah, custom option. Like it took 12, 13 months for that queue. Hey, good morning, Love Mel. Stick with your pilot. It's definitely I'm definitely a Vanishing Point guy. I don't know that the Curios is going to make a dent in the Vanishing Point market at all. Good morning, Hobby 100. Yeah. So, like, I think it's good on its own, right? This is a different market than the Vanishing Point. It's no competition to the Vanishing Point in my mind. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to use it a bunch. I'm already liking it. I'm already liking holding it better today than yesterday, right? You kind of get used to how your hand grips the pen, and the diameter isn't as noticeable as it was to me yesterday when it was my first day inking it up. And like I immediately felt pain in my hand. Didn't even try the VP, went straight to the Decimo. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Decimo is a really good shape. The VP can like be a little bit big. Yes, so I use the Con 70. What's that model called? Does that have a model, or is it just like he calls it the Vanishing Point barrel? So I think this is definitely like Miss G's Crafties and like some of y'all have said. I think this is definitely. I think we're definitely in for a V2 of this, right? There has to be. I think this will be successful enough to where we're going to get at least a V2, and then we'll see how upgraded models go. Oh, it's just a hooded nib option. Gotcha. Yeah, the more you use it, the more you like it. Yeah. And like I don't have a problem with large pens, but when I have a wide barrel and a very fine nib, like this is the extra fine nib, I get a lot more, it's a lot more tense for me to write. So I would have been better off with a medium nib in retrospect, to where I could have a more flowing motion instead of my extra fine scratch like this. That's just a lot of pressure. And then this gap here is wider than normal, and it just puts pressure back here. You can feel it like quickly. So I think I would have been better off with a medium nib, but I wanted to try the extra fine nib because that's me, right? Like I'm the extra fine nib guy. But I think the correct purchase would not be the extra fine. Do they have anything above medium, or is it just fine, extra fine, fine, medium? I do think I've always said that you have to have a thinner barrel for the thinner nibs, right? It just makes sense for writing style. You know, if you're writing small like this, these wide barrels and fine nibs are not like a great match. So I'll be talking about that when I review it, and how I think if you're interested in this pen, that like the medium nib is probably going to be the right choice to purchase. My extra fine is not scratchy at all. Man, this thing is great. The nib is awesome for what it is. It's just in conjunction with the pen itself. It's a tough sell. Hope they make a mini or skinny version. The current Curios design just looks too big. I'm shocked at how big this pen is, really. I mean, look at this. Like, Retro 51s are not big pens, but they're not small. I mean, look at this. That's your standard Retro 51 Tornado. I don't even have it down far enough. I mean, it's just a big, big honking pen. And you can see the diameter difference right here in the grip section diameter. So, you know, I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to keep seeing how it goes. I just can't believe from the initial marketing, I'm still in a little bit of shock at how large this is. I didn't think that was going to be. Definitely expecting it to be much smaller. One-off QC issues. I know someone who broke the clip the first time they tried to remove it, or snapped like the plastic part. I'm not even going to try. Father's pen was hard starting. See, that's what the things I want to test. So like, I know y'all can't see like the trap door in there probably, but you can see how that's basically like a white disc and a trap door. Let's see if we can, so you can see how it comes out there, which is a pretty good seal, right? The vanishing point, I don't know if the seal is that good, but that's pretty cool. It's definitely more noticeable. You can't see it as well in the vanishing point because it's more rectangular shaped. The nib is also, visually, when you write with it, the way you see the feed on there, it makes it look a little bit more bulkier than it is. I know you can't totally tell this by the video, but like when I'm writing, I see this underlying feed here, and it's just like a big block looking under there. Like you kind of get over it, but it's, I don't know. It's just me. So I'll be using it consistently for the next couple of weeks and trying to formulate all my thoughts. But I mean, I think my thoughts are pretty much set, right? I just want to see how it's going to work with the diameter. That's going to be my main call out, I think, for the pen. I think it will be successful. I think it'll do well. I don't know that it's going to do gangbusters like a lot of us thought it would. And Thunder Viking, that's a good comparison. The big Sharpie markers are very similar in size, but their diameter works better, right? Because it's a marker and you're making this motion, whereas I'm making this motion, and it's a little bit more stressful. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Jess. So yes, Curios. It actually fits in this pocket okay. This is a pretty normal size pocket. I wouldn't be opposed to wearing it in this pocket at all. It's not too big. Melancholy ad. Bud Light with a bunch of shots of empty stadiums. Yeah, that is sad. That is sad. All right. So yeah, that's I'll keep having more Curios thoughts, and I think I'm pretty settled in on what it's going to be. I don't want to say I'm disappointed. Like, you always want like the next big thing to be designed and happen, but like I said on the podcast yesterday, I'm happy that they made this pen, right? I want to see this type of innovation with some of these other companies. Like, take a shot. Like, Platinum's in a good spot right now. Take your shot at this, and I'm sure this cost them a lot of money to develop, and I'm still surprised it costs as little as it does, even at $80. It seems like it's a lot of engineering to go into there. Speaking of retractable Sharpies, the marketing for the Bolt Action permanent marker. Yes. So OSU, I saw that. I've got sent that many times, and I could not be less interested in that. That looks frustrating. Looks frustrating to me. So, like, I'll stick with the regular retractable Sharpies. The Sharpie makes a refill They made a refillable metal barrel Sharpie, which I didn't realize. I have one of those. I think those like aftermarket stainless steel Sharpies are like $100 now, but they made a refill for it. I don't know if it's that refill that they're using for that. I didn't look at that project close enough because it looked sketchy enough to me just to not spend my time dealing with. Time for Sailor to try a retractable. I would love to see a Rialo shaped retractable. Like that shape, the Rialo shape. But man, fitting these mechanisms in, you know, Lamy has a retractable, and it's as wide as this. The Lamy dialogue will feature prominently in my review of the Curidas, put it that way. Kimmy, I think they expected to do way better considering how much they hyped it up. They certainly did a good job building up the marketing beforehand. And I don't want to go as far as saying it was a letdown, but I don't think it's going to be like the grand slam that it was lining up to be. It's going to be like a solid double, gap double, RBI. Pretty good. Like you take it every time, right? Lamy for a down market retractable. They just need to hire me. Sharpie Sherpas. So yeah, I would rather have a Sharpie Sherpa than that Kickstarter project. The retractable Sharpie is pretty much the Curidas prototype. I should bring one of those over. There's one sitting on my counter that I walked right past. How is the Rialo shape different from the rest? No, it's just got a nice taper to the barrel that I like. Flat ends but tapers on both ends. I think it's just a pretty barrel that's underused. Honestly, the fact that Curidas works as well as it does for me makes me reconsider looking at the dialogue. I will let you, next time we see each other, I will bring that. I'll start carrying around my dialogue more because I got a really nice nib grind on that. And it's a really pretty pen. It has some technical problems, right? So the twist mechanism on the Rialo, on the dialogue, so you can twist it, right, to eject the nib, to deploy the nib, but if you keep twisting, it's the same direction to unscrew the barrel. So it's like a continuous threading for I'm pretty sure I have a cursive italic on the gold nib. See you, Sarah. It's a big honking pen, but it's gonna compare to this Curidas pretty well. Yeah, I'll take some pictures today. Now that I have this Curidas in hand, it will definitely have, the dialogue has some great design features to it, but it's got some poor ones too. The clip is awesome. Like it's one of those flat clips. It's just really nice. Doesn't consistent doubles win games. That's right, even supposing, right? Like a gap double. That's super high praise, but I think they were going for the grand slam with this one and didn't quite get there. Just don't let it fall off the table. Well, luckily these have clips that would stop them. They're not separate parts. Yeah. Can you please have all the Curidas puns in your review? There could be a lot. Yeah, like I don't dislike it, Mike. I'm trying to figure out how much I like it. Like that's where I'm at right now. I need to use it more. It's a little bit stressful for my hand due to the diameter. That's really my only hang up right now. I can get past all the other weirdness, but the barrel diameter, I don't do well with wide pens where the grip isn't like tapered more than what the Curidas is, where it's just like a straight barrel like the dialogue. So yeah, that's really my only hang up. I think it's pretty cool otherwise. Talking about dropping off the table, I'll drop my PG on the nib as well. Man. Yeah, that happened to me recently, Mike, with the Y Studio resin. Like I couldn't put that pen down. So this is going to be now in the Y Studio resin spot. It's just going to be with me and next to me at all times. And we're going to see how much I reach for it. And you know, how my thoughts change over the next couple weeks as I use it. All right, gang. We got ourselves a box today, chat. Got dark in here all of a sudden. So yeah, I gotta send Mark my my pens plural. I forgot to ship them to him yesterday. They were sitting right there at my shipping station. I'll probably ship them out Saturday now. I'm just terrible. I get all the shipping I need to do, like Knock and Pen Addict orders. And then orders I have from like my email inbox that I need to follow up on, or giveaway orders, or personal things I need to ship. Oh, I'm stringing this along as much as possible, chat. I know what's up. I forget those, even though it's sitting like right in front of me. It's sitting as far away as from me as this computer screen, and then I forgot the shipping. So I shipped out like 30 orders yesterday, and left my bent nib there, sitting there. Does the famous Brad Dowdy get to go to the front of the nib grinding line? No, I don't think so. Somewhere in the middle. Maybe not at the end of the line. I kind of squirrel in the middle somewhere. He's probably going to want to, I would imagine the bent nib will have some priority. And I'm saying this because it'll be a good show off thing for Mark to post on Instagram, right? It'll be the before and after pic. That's really good marketing. So I imagine that one will be somewhere in the sooner than later queue, and then the other pens will just get done when they get done. So, all right. So Andrew, you have something with Mark, so we're gonna send something in. He might be listening right now. He tunes into these chats sometimes, so we'll see who gets their pens back first. Going back to the other conversation about new retractables, I want a Studio Neat Mark 1 fountain pen. It would have to be that barrel diameter. That's max barrel diameter. All right, should we open this box? So Evan, you feel a different kind of catch in the mechanism. Mine feels pretty straightforward. All right. Right. So what I won't get, I might get the nib done sooner. I will not get a discount on that repair. I promise you that. That'll cost me some amount of time. So Goldspot, okay, we're gonna leave this like this because it looks stupid. All right. So disclosure, we have to do disclosures. I believe in y'all knowing what's up. Goldspot is an advertiser on the Pen Addict. They advertise on my blog. Have been an advertiser for many years. One of my best supporters. I went to their website because I needed some new products. I ordered these directly from the website at full retail. So Goldspot sponsors my site. I paid full price for everything that's in this box, no additional discounts. So you should know when I get things that I pay full price for, things that I get free, things that I get discounts on. I believe in telling y'all that. So full retail in this box right here. Let's go. All right, so if y'all listened to the podcast yesterday, you know what's in it. So, ooh, this is kind of sexy. Like, check this out. Ooh. And the crowd goes, ooh, ah. Wah. Look at that. That's pretty. That's pretty right there, isn't it? Ooh, ah. All right. Look at this. It must have knew we were talking about him at the time. So there's your Curios. Isn't that a pretty pen to take pictures of? I'm gonna enjoy taking pictures of this. I'll save this so I can take pictures of my jet pens Curios with the Goldspot catalog. How do you think that would go over in my review? We'll just do something like this. How do we do that? We'll save that for my review. So yeah, so Goldspot catalog. Did you know, chat? Did you know Tom Otto of the Goldspot pen? He is the main. He got the job because he was the catalog producer. That's how he started at Goldspot. So putting together the original Goldspot catalogs was why Tom Otto got his job at Goldspot. Did you know that, chat? So there you know. All right, let me scoot this out of the way so we can have some good visuals here. All right, big box. We'll reach in randomly and see what we got. Oh, we can tell what that is. That is a Lamy Safari Mango. And this is an extra fine nib. I'll be giving this one away on the blog sometime in the future. These are, I guess we were all clear on this before, but these are matte barrels, right? Originally we had matte versus shiny barrels. These are definitely matte barrels, and I like it better than any picture that I've ever seen. I guess the pictures do it justice. It's a little bit deeper in color than I thought. It's a little bit more orange than yellow. That is super nice, right? And how they did the clip integration and the finial integration. So, extra fine nib on this. Is the clip shiny? I mean, it's gloss painted. So, yeah, it's not a matte on the clip, but it's not shiny. So maybe gloss isn't the right word because there's not a ton of reflection, but there's a little bit. So it's probably gloss type of paint, if that makes sense. Just like any of their other painted clips, like if you used one of the red ones. Very nice. This looks really good. This would really stand out like on your desk or in your on your person. Good job by Lamy. Yeah, it's very nice. All right, let's see what's next. All right, so this was kind of what got me started in buying a bunch of things at Goldspot, because I saw the Supra in stainless steel, and I know it's been out for a while, and I know the brass Supra's been out for a while, and they never got a lot of love, and probably rightfully so. Like, it's a weird pen, and it's got some weird things going on to it, and just like when I was talking to Mike about it on the show, he definitely saw like some of the weirdness in the pen, and I agree, which is why I've never owned one before, because I've gotten to play with one a million times. But they did it in stainless. So Kaweco stainless is kind of like my jam, right? So this is where I was looking for the Curidas. So this is the Supra has always been a giant pen. None of them compare to the Curidas. They just don't. I can't wait to get the dialogue out when I get home. I'll do that sometime this afternoon. The Supra is a large pen. To make a Supra Sport, that's built into it. Right? That's the whole point, Evan, is because we take this full size and then you turn it into a Sport. That's exactly why it exists. Yeah, exactly, Mike. So we'll take all these parts. So we have the cap. I'm going to set the cap down. We have the back barrel with a cartridge in it. I'm going to set that down. We have a middle section here, barrel section here. We're going to set that down. We have a blank cart stopper. We're going to set that down. Then what we're going to do is put the barrel section back on the Supra and put the cap back on the Supra. And then we have the mini Supra. That's what we want. And now, like, this is... Oh, I see what you're saying. But the kicker is this has the big boy nib. These have 6 nibs instead of number 5 nibs like all the other Kawecos. So yeah, it's more of a giant Lilliput. I see what you're saying, Evan. It's more of a giant Lilliput. But the AL Sport is like the giant in relation to this. So this is very similar in size and shape. Like, this is what I want out of this pen. So I'm going to have this part laying around, you know, not doing much, because how dope is that? Right? I mean, that's kind of the ticket right there. And the cap still posts on the back. So after all of this, you still post it. Right? This is good. I'm glad I waited for the steel instead of going with the brass. It can take a converter with the extra section included. That's a good call. Yeah, I definitely don't think it would fit with the small section. So that's the small section. I'm surprised they haven't just made giant Lilliputs yet, since they make this, right? That's a whole new product line. They make the same pen over and over and over again anyway. Why not just make this? Would it bastardize the Supra? Maybe a little bit. Or cannibalize, I shouldn't say bastardize. So, you just wish the extra section was flush with the rest of the body? Yeah, that was Mike's argument yesterday. And that's a fair argument, right? Because it's got a thread. It's got to have threads in here and in here, so it's on the exterior, right? So if you can see that little bit of ridge right there, so it's got a thread inside there and inside there for it to work when you take it apart, I guess, right? So it's a little bit weird up here, but not too much when you grip it. So like, this feels great. Like, I like this feel. I will use it more without the barrel section. Let me get this cartridge I dropped before I leave it. So we'll play around with this. What's cool is I don't have the... Yeah, that mango is pretty good. It's better than I thought it would be, honestly, Wayne. But this is what I'm most interested in. I got the extra fine nib on here. What other nibs? Can I fit Yovo nibs in here, or is this the weird Kaweco feed thing that it's going to be a mess? The regular Lilliputs are super tiny. So here's the big no-no with this pen is the full-size pen with the cap posted on the back. That's not a good call. So this would be Bach 250. So yeah, this is good. I think I'm gonna enjoy this. So that's pretty good. I like it. All right, let's put this guy back up. You should eyedropper it. Can you? You can't eyedropper stainless steel, can you? Which one can you? Titanium. You like that posted? That could be an Evan pen. It's not overly heavy for a stainless steel pen. It's not overly heavy. Like, I didn't feel it was outrageously heavy. It feels really, really good. I'm not brave enough to even do eyedropper on a TI pen. All right, what else is next? What do we got here? All right. This is a big tease, chat. So after I saw the Supra, I was browsing around the site. This is the Edison Newark, their new shape and new color. Stainless theoretically, yeah, I'm just not going to do the metal on metal, even if it's approved like titanium. I was interested in seeing this. So this is the Newark shape and high voltage. It's a gorgeous color. It's a cool shape. One of my favorite Edison pens that I think is super underrated is the Beaumont, right? It's a smaller pen comparatively. It's very much like this shape. The Beaumont, it doesn't have as much of a taper up here, and it's got a more tapered grip instead of the more flanged out grip here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they just wanted to show off Tony somehow. Velociraptor. Whoa, are you related to the Velociraptor? So yeah, this is a really, really cool color. I've already given this pen away. I was just waiting for it to arrive. I like it. It's very much similar to the Beaumont. And has a number 6 nibs. Oh, all right. See you, George. Yeah, I think you're right, Jerkface. I think that's what it was. So super comfortable, really nice pen, really good price point. This was like 160. So like it's not one of like the 320 fancy filling mechanism type pens. It takes the full size converters, things like that. So very happy with this shape. It's like a little bit fancier Beaumont, and the Beaumont's one of my favorites. So I got this one. It's already been given away. I just got to ship it out. Really, really pretty color. I like that. That one would totally be inked up with the Ackermann number 28. That's like the perfect match for that. All right. So we have, this is the Lamy that I got for myself. That's not your wife, Oscar? So I went for the matte purple for mine. So this is the one I'm going to keep. It's extra fine nib. I need to get a Lamy nib, like into like a cursive italic or needlepoint. Like I have all my Kaweco nibs where I take the one nib and swap it around to whatever Kaweco pen I'm using. I need one of those. I need a Lamy nib like that. And since I forgot to send Mark the package yesterday, maybe I could send him an extra fine nib. I bet they do look all good together. I didn't want all three personally, so I stuck with one for me, one to give away, and then I skipped on the blue, but I could see me getting like the blue ballpoint or something like that. All right. I think that's all the pens. Really exceptional packing job. Yeah, I already gave away the Edison in the Pen Addict members newsletter this past weekend. But I didn't have it in. It hadn't arrived by the time I posted it. I'm also giving away this set of this Colorverse inks that they made with Goldspot. It's the Goldspot pen, special edition Aurora Borealis, Solar Wind, and Magnetosphere. So it's kind of a blue and a purple. So, yeah. So what's 65? Is the Solar Wind 65? I don't know which one's the big one. The big bottle and the small bottle. But yeah, that's just a cool set. Real pretty. Blue and purple. It's a great color. I don't know that they go with the high voltage, but I thought it was a cool. Since I was doing Goldspot collab, I figured I'd do 2 Goldspot collabs for the giveaway, even though they may not be like the perfect matchy situation going on there. Oh, this is what I'm most excited about. I wasn't kidding when I said how excited I was about this pack of blotting paper. So, thanks, Patrick. That's hilarious. So yeah, these are the G Herbal paperboard blotting paper made in France. I actually wish, now that I have them, I was hoping they weren't going to be pressed sheets. Like there's dents in these. Like I write on this. I don't want that ridge. I mean, I can use the back, but these are really thick. So this is like a 10 pack of blotting sheets because I'm a dork, but man, I'm going to use the hell out of these. I'll take some pictures of these as I use them, but I consistently, let me see if I can show you what I do. Could have used your discount code at Goldspot. I didn't know there was such a thing. So like when I'm writing, you know, I'll just have that under my wrist here. So like my wrist rest kind of thing, you know? So I'm very, very happy about these. So I keep them in my notebooks now. I usually just keep random sheets of Rhodia, the A4 folded up. So it's like a double size. So it's A5 size, but double thickness. Yeah. So we'll keep this one over here. We'll throw it in Zeke's pad here. Zeke City Blend pad. So yeah, these are great. It was $10, I think, for 10 sheets. So, you know, it's just a frivolity, but I guess this is all a frivolity. I didn't know there was a discount code. Like I paid like full price. What did you have, like a 10% off thing? That would have been funny. But I didn't know there was such a thing. They should give me a discount code. So yeah, blotting paper. I'm seriously excited about this. Thicker than I thought that would be. Thicker than those sheets that come in the notebooks. But cooler too. What's this? Okay, this is the Me Mango Ink Cartridges. I'm gonna give that away with the Me Mango fountain pen. I may do that next week on the Pen Addict blog. Tuesday, I think we'll do the Mango pen and ink giveaway next week. I'll have to look at my schedule. Can you shove a Parker style refill in the Lamy 2K ballpoint? I'll check for you. I have one at home. I don't know off the top of my head. What else is in here? Oh, Kaweco propaganda. Oh, that's some cool new products in there. They're clutch pencils. They're a little too wide for me, but now they're making them with like a grip. That's pretty neat. I'll have to look at one of those. That's pretty cool. I haven't noticed that one. There's Michael Gutbrele torching Kaweco Lilliputs at his desk. Just kidding. It looks like he's writing, but just imagine him. I only picture him with a blowtorch and a tray of Lilliputs at his desk. So that's what that is. So just think about that. Oh, what just happened? Oscar got whacked. Ooh. All right, what's else? What a bag of peanuts. Do not eat. Oh, this is the Tasha ink. This would be a good ink for that Kaweco Fire Blue Supra, right? This is the one. Apparently Tony cannot shove Parker refills. I don't know what y'all. I missed all that. Tasha, I won't try to pronounce this, although I probably should, but it may not be on here. 36 views of Mount Fuji, the lone fisherman at Kajikazawa. Fukaki Hamada. I don't know what's the official name, but it's the bright blue. It looks really pretty. Wow, this box is a trick. Chat. Whoa. Rich Sticks, thanks for the 12-month sub. Look at this giant ink bottle box that I got. They put a trick on you there, chat. Comparison. So none of the cheerleaders are in the way. What kind of trick is this, Tasha? It's a packaging trick. You pulled a fast one on me, Tasha. It's a 40 milliliter bottle. This is like 60 milliliter bottle packaging. So they pulled a fast one on us. That's all right. The box is kind of cool. So yeah, there's how much wasted space there is. Stupid Tasha. Did Tasha change bottles? I guess the last ones were the ink pots, weren't they? So this is a bright blue color. The swabs of it look nice, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I didn't expect to give it that little of a shot compared to the box size, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do, Tasha. You should send them a box. Yeah, do the Amazon packaging. See, look how much they had to do the fold in to protect it from shaking. Just make a smaller box. It's okay. Like, we got you, fam. We got you. Like, I would have bought it in like the small box too. Like, it's cool. But now I just feel like you're trying to pull one over on me. Use only for writing purposes. Caution. Use only for writing purpose. Ensure cap is correctly tightened after use. Okay, Mike, are you listening? Where's OSU? OSU, you listening? Before changing ink colors, soak the pen in water overnight and clean the nib section. You heard it here first. The inner round sheet on the inside of the cap is designed to prevent ink leakage. If it comes off, please reattach it to the inside of the cap. There's a lot of instructions on this box. I've never seen all this. Please avoid getting ink on clothing since it will be difficult to remove. Oh, here we go. Consult a physician in the case of accidental swallowing or if the ink gets in contact with eyes. Drink water in case of accidental swallowing or clean eyes with water in case of ink getting in contact with eyes. Solid advice. Keep away from high temperature, humidity, and direct sunlight. Fair enough. Keep away from infants and small children. Yeah, so that's your inside cover caution statements. What they didn't say was package inside a box twice as big as the ink bottle itself. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna think when I do my review, that'll be the written part of it. I'll write out the whole caution sheet with that. Really nice box, really small ink bottle. All right, we got anything else in here? I think that might be it. Yeah, we got a receipt. We got a bookmark. Oh, Montegrappa Elmo. Montegrappa Elmo Graffiti Turquoise. Oh, this is one of their editions. That's cool. I like the Elmo. And then the Royal Amethyst, which I gave away before. I reviewed and gave that away. It's pretty cool. Oh, I totally saw that. That was an awful, awful disaster. I mean, that was bad. Y'all should check that link out if you can, chat. It was something. All right, that's my Goldspot delivery. We'll have more show and tell next week because I'll have Pen Chalet, Shigure inks, jet pens. Already got Van Ness and got Goldspot. So yeah, that's it. So I have more stuff coming next week. Some of this stuff will be going out to review. Some of this will be for giveaway. Some of this will be for myself. So yeah, it's good stationery times. Surprisingly, I was a little bit concerned. We'll see maybe more this summer and fall what the stationery releases look like, but I'm pretty happy with the releases right now because they were probably already in advance. Been planned last year. Has anyone used the Me Mango Ink? Is it bright? So I saw Kelly of Mountain of Inks review, and I did not order myself a bottle after that review because I thought it would be too light for me for my regular use. It was just not the right shade of either yellow or orange that I wanted. It was trying too hard to be this perfect combination of both, and it seemed like it was neither. I'd rather have a yellowish gold ink, which I have that Daikokuten, the Pilot, which I think is great ink, and then I have things like Sailor Apricot that hit the orange, and this is somewhere in between, and it didn't land right to me in the samples, so that's why I didn't order a bottle of it. I'm going to give away the cartridges with the pen, but I didn't order a bottle to keep for myself because I didn't think I would enjoy the color that much. Sazerac is one of the best inks ever. Have I done a Sazerac specific review as much as I've talked about that ink? I just spent $300 on fountain pens this morning. Awesome. What'd you get? Anything fun? Saz is a little undersaturated for me. Yeah, that's kind of where I like it. I think that's probably why I like it so much. But I can see that for sure. So yeah, we have some I think I might have to double up on reviews here coming up pretty soon. I've got stuff to send out, but with all this other stuff coming in, I have not done a Sazerac review. I'll change that. I was just thinking about inking that up. I need to clean some pens out before I ink up some new inks. So maybe, I think I'm gonna, it's just listed without a link to it. Yeah, that's one of those things that I do sometimes. It's a feature. It's awesome. Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna clean up some pens probably next week, and then we'll do a re-inking of things, and Sazerac will be included. What else? Were we talking about something else? I don't know. I'll ink up these new inks. We'll see. Lamy Crystal Topaz. That's a good ink. That one's been very popular. Oh, nice. I looked at those Van Goghs. Yeah, they changed when I did it, it was limited, and now it's part of the regular lineup, so I need to change that. Thank you for mentioning that. I forgot about that. I will update that because it does have a real product page now. Because back when I was singing its praises, it was like an off and on limited edition type of thing. But I was just looking on their site the other day, and I'm pretty sure it has its own dedicated page now, or it's something I can link to. So yeah, it's very cool. Those are pretty. Those Van Goghs. I've been tempted. I've never been able to pull the trigger on one. I like how they look though. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm thinking it's probably time for me to wrap up the Montegrappa Elmo review for next week, which I got the Fantasy Bloom one of those, the blue one. It's really good. So I'm gonna look at that for next week, and then I'll do the cleaning. Then we'll do a pen reboot. I need to do my 3 favorite pens video for Apple Bomb, which I'm gonna do soon. So I've got me thinking about that. I'm thinking about what pens I need to ink up for that, and I think I might have them already inked up. So just bought some inks for your sis for her birthday. Hopefully she's not watching. Staler Studios, nice. All right, but that's probably gonna be a wrap today, chat. I got a busy day today. I got another podcast interview at 1. I'll have at least 2 Memento Zeros. Well, 1 Memento Zero, 2 Leonardos. Yeah. I thought that same thing, Love Loveless. I thought the newest batch of them was really special. I thought they were very good looking. But yeah, I don't know how I would like them. Sarah liked the one I sent her though. Or she did one of the bright color ones. Fig Boot already has that copyrighted. Fig Boot and Pen Boot. So we can't use that. Curious about the new eco-friendly. Yeah, you like that nib on there was pretty good, right, Sarah? Like it felt good to me, but I didn't ink it up and use it. I think you reviewed it pretty well. Do you want me to send people over to you, Mike? Are you up and running? We can I'm about to wrap it up here. Yeah, and that one was priced at like $100, so it was a very good price. Yeah, just give me the word and we'll do a raid over. Thanks, Miss G's. I'll talk to you soon. As someone who's new to the Elite Pen world, where should I stop? Oh, no. We're glad to answer the question. Go to penaddict.com/top5. Where's the link for that, Tony? Do we have a short link for that? And then take a look, figure out what style of writing, Void Wolf, you are. Like, are you someone who prints? Do you write small? Do you write large? Do you write in cursive? Those are the first questions I'd want to know. Like if I was talking to you, like what is your writing style like? Thank you. What is your writing style like? And then we could talk about like pens that might fit, that might supplement your writing style. And I'm happy to take email questions, but start on that page. Read through some of the pen types, whether you're looking for a fountain pen, if you're looking for, getting into fountain pens, there's some fountain pen lists on that page. And then email me, hello@penaddict.com. I'm glad to help you decide and ask any questions that you have, or, catch me on stream sometime. Yeah, I'm not staying too long today. I usually don't have too long streams. And I say one of these days I'll fix that, and I'm still waiting for that day. Yeah, top 5 pens is just the easiest name, but it's top 5 stationary stuff list. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, Void Wolf, check that list out. Shoot me an email, drop in these streams anytime, and I'm super glad to help. So that's it. We're gonna raid Mike Ink Dependence in a minute whenever I get the page up and figure out which buttons to push. It always confuses me. That was not it. That was me talking. What are you doing today, Mike? Are you talking or are you playing? Raid channel. Oh, this is the problem I always have. I always have a hard time finding you in the playing and talking. It's the best kind of stream. I might just, I'll probably have too much to open next week. I might just bust out an Animal Crossing stream one of these Thursdays. Yeah, your channel, it does not like to come up in my search when I try to raid you. It's ridiculous. So I just have to type in your full name. Ink Dependence Mike, no results found. This is bull. Every time, Mike. Every time. Let's see if he'll just let me click on here on Mike. Nope, I have it spelled exactly like you are in my thing. So I'm going to add friend. I guess you have to. Oh, that's your page. Let's see. Yeah, this is like literally every time I try to send people to you, it takes me like 10 minutes to get the right search terms in there. Rich Sticks, yeah, bring it to him. Rich Sticks is the man. Like, it should just give me like the people who I follow first, like you. I'm just gonna type in the name and see if it'll just let me go. Oh, it won't let me because no results are found. This really ticks me off. Especially because we've done it. Channels you follow. Like, you're not even in my channels that you follow list. I know I subscribe to you. Do I actually technically follow you? Let me pull that up. I know I follow you. Yeah, because you're in my follow list. I see it right there. So there's Mike's stream. Well, let's try it this way. All right, I'm going to try this in the chat. We'll see. I think it's just bang raid, right? Raid. If this works, y'all be zooming over there. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, I put a space in there. Son of a gun. At no other time did I put a space in there. Y'all stop typing so I can copy that. Oh my god. Y'all are all probably just in Mike's channel by now. On your own. All right, let's see if it works. Yeah, it's not going to work because it would put up an alert. Go to Mike's channel, click on his name, go follow him. You do not exist, which has happened before. Now, look, you're here now. All right, we got him, chat. In Twitch, man, is rough. I love y'all. I'll be around this afternoon. I'm talking to Schmevelin at 1 o'clock. I'm posting someone's friend of the show. Look in your feed for that. I'm going to click this button. It's going to count us down. And y'all can head over, talk to Mike. Make fun of his Animal Crossing outfit. I don't know what he's wearing. I try to wear as silly stuff as possible. Y'all have fun.